guys, welcome back to my channel. It feels so weird to say that. I'm like so not a YouTuber, but I guess I am because I'm posting this video. Some of you guys saw my Project Pan video and my Getting Ready With Me video, or one or the other, and I wanted to do another video, just kind of talk, because in my Project Pan video I mentioned that I was trying to pan some of my endless amounts of eyeshadow, and so that sort of raised the question of what eyeshadows I actually do own. So I am going to do this video, and it's going to be my entire eyeshadow collection. So I'm going to share with you guys every single eyeshadow that I'm currently keeping in my collection. I already did a declutter, so a lot of these, this is the whittled down version of this, which is frightening. So I'm going to share with you guys my entire eyeshadow collection. So I'll just get right into it. No particular order at all. I'm trying to pan this because I hate it. I don't know why I bought it. It's crappy, it's cheap, it's from Sephora. It's like from the Sephora collection, but like it's just, I will show you the shades on the inside here. I think I bought it because of the fact that I was just like, oh, there's every color I'd ever want. But then now that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, and every color I really don't want and don't need. Like, I never wear blue eyeshadows. I hate them. And look how many blues are in this. Like, it's awful. But the pans are quite small, so I think I will be able to hit pan on some if I really try to. It's just going to be hard reaching for this because I really don't like it. So it's like, it's going to be hard to like motivate myself to actually use it. So that's the first and biggest palette that I own in terms of number of shades. There's a mix of like mattes and shimmers in here and like metallics and stuff like that, but it just doesn't excite me at all. Like, I'm not about like rainbow palettes, like, which this obviously kind of is. Anyway, moving on. So that's the first one. It does have like some slide out like lip products and stuff. I'm not even going to pull it out because I don't use those pan lip products. Like, if I'm going to use a lip product, I want it like in a tube, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want it in like a little palette type thing. That's just maybe my personal preference, but all right. So the next one I have is this doesn't even have a name. I got it at Sephora. It's in the Sephora collection as well, but it's like, it was like a limited edition holiday palette or something. And once again, not that exciting. Like, it's better. Like, it's not too bad, but it's just boring. Like, it's just so boring. So I would like to try and use this up and get it like the hell out of here because I'm not excited by it. There's a few shades that I like. Like, I do like this dark sort. It looks very brown on camera, but it's like got a bit of purple in it. I like this green. It's a bit more deep and like rich in person than it is on camera, and I like this kind of colored shade there too. I do tend to like pinky purpley looks quite a bit, so you know, and yeah, I don't know, that's that. So that's the next one. Okay, then I also have, let me just get these out of the way because I had a phase when I was like in college where it was like kind of a phase brought on by YouTube in a way, because I was watching a lot of YouTube videos where people were talking about e.l.f., like the brand e.l.f., and saying, oh, it's such good quality for the money and blah, blah, blah. And I checked it out and it was like so affordable. So I was like, oh, I have to try that. And honestly, almost everything I bought from e.l.f., I hated. Like, and I'm not just saying that because it's drugstore brand or like drugstore pricing and everything, because there are some drugstore brands that I actually really enjoy. Like the eyeliner, my go-to eyeliner, it doesn't look that good on camera, but, and I also did kind of a shitty job on this eye, but like I do use like a drugstore eyeliner, and I have used other drugstore products. I use like a drugstore foundation and stuff, and like what I'm trying to say is I'm not like a makeup snob that's like, oh my god, I must have like the luxury brands only. And that's not my reason for hating on e.l.f. But I'm not impressed with the quality. However, despite that, after I decluttered most of my e.l.f. stuff and threw most of it away, there were a couple of things that stayed. One of them is this palette. It's like huge. And one of the main reasons I kept it is because of the blushes. I like the blushes and like the bronzer there because they're very light and I'm very pale. So like that works for me. Like a lot of times bronzers are too dark for me because like I'm basically transparent. Like I'm so white. Again, these lip products, I don't use them when they're like in a pan like that. So let's just close those. And then there are like a bunch of shadows and they're okay. Like they're mostly neutrals. There's some mattes and some shimmers in there, but they are not exciting colors. Like, I mean, look at this. It's pretty boring. So I am hoping also to kind of hit pan on a few of those this year so that I can feel like I at least got some use out of it before I like trash it basically. So that's this palette. Next I'm going to do the other e.l.f. one that I have, and it's this like white, like, I actually did use this one a bit. That's why it's so like faded and stuff. Like when I first bought it, I used it. But all of those little foam applicators just fell out, but that's okay. I don't use those. So those are the colors. At least it's a bit more exciting than the last one. Like there's a bit more color in here. Again, nothing like insanely like fun and cool and exciting. And there is like a slide out part at the bottom as well with, again, blushes that I like. This is like a darker bronzer, so that's too dark for me probably. But I do like the blushes and like the lip stuff. Ew, no thanks. So again, this is one of the only ones that like made the cut for like e.l.f. stuff. The last e.l.f. thing, let me find it here, that survived when I did the declutter was these singles. I bought 4 single shadows from e.l.f. I don't even know if they still sell these. They definitely don't sell the compact, which is what it's in. But these are just 4 shades that I picked up, and they're okay. I mean, whatever. They made the cut, so there's those. Next I'll try and do like some of the cheaper, shittier stuff. So I have this quad from Hard Candy that I just bought at the drugstore. It's like a baked eyeshadow, and I honestly only use it on like my inner corner, and even then, like, I find it doesn't perform very well. It could be because it's older. It could just be because it's cheap. Like, I don't know, but I'm not like super impressed with it. I don't really even know why I'm keeping it, but I don't know. I just wanted to hold on to that. So let's put that down. Okay. I'll switch to like a better product here. So I have this. It looks disgusting. There's a big stain on it. I don't even know what that is. That's really gross. And it used to have a big bow, like a plastic bow clasp on the front, but that broke off. So this is the Fabulousness palette from MAC. So it actually is like a decent, it's actually, the packaging, if it wasn't so disgusting because of my own grossness, it's actually really cute. Like, it's got like a pillow on top, like it's like soft, and like there's fabric, it's fabric, so it's kind of cute. I did like the packaging before I ruined it. And this is what the colors look like, and I do really like this. As you can see, I have made quite like a dip in most of the shades except for that matte purple on the end. So I don't know if this camera's gonna focus in. There we go. There we go. So like, it's pretty good. Like, I don't know, I like it. I'm quite happy with it. It definitely deserves to stay. I really like those colors on me, like the pinky purples. Next I have the Urban Decay Ammo palette, I think it is. Anyway, I bought this a while ago. It was after the Naked palette craze, and I thought, at the time, based on what other people were saying, that Urban Decay is like the brand for eyeshadow, like they have the best formula, blah blah blah. Everyone was saying that. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that anymore, but at the time I thought, okay, this I gotta get it because it's Urban Decay. I was kind of like standing them for a while, but this is what it looks like. There's the colors. Let's let my camera focus here. They're all shimmers, if you can't tell, and it's all right. It's a bit like bright for my taste, like it's a bit colorful, but I'm trying to make it focus, but it's not gonna It's not cooperating, but you get the gist. Okay. Next, so one day, I'm going to tell you guys this story. One day I went to Sally Beauty Supply with my sister, I think, or somebody. Somebody wanted to go there. I don't really shop there. I just went there. It was like a few years back. And I went in there. I don't use a lot of, they mostly sell like hair products, I find. And I don't really use a lot of those. Like extensions and things like that. And I don't wear extensions, and I never have. So I went in there just not really planning to buy anything, just was with a friend or something. And then I saw they had eyeshadows, and I was like, oh, they got me. They got me, because like I am obsessed with eyeshadows. So I went and bought all of their eyeshadows. They're like singles. They kind of they like come apart. So you buy them individually, and then you can slide them together to make like a palette if you want, which is kind of cool. I mean, I like that idea in terms of packaging. But so these are the Sally Girl brand, if that's even a brand. I'll try and show you the shades that I have, which is all of them. They're all, I'm pretty sure they're all mostly shimmers. So these 3 are all shimmers. These 3 are all shimmers. Right? I don't know. Yep, there we go. These 3, all shimmers. Like, they're almost all entirely shimmers. I think there's like 1 or 2 mattes. Yeah, these 2 of the 3 are matte. It's hard to see because my camera sucks. The 2 here, like on the end. Sorry, my nail polish is disgusting, you guys. I am not a nail polish person, so like occasionally I get inspired to do it, and then I just let it be disgusting, like until it's gone. This one looks like a shimmer and like a matte, or there's a little bit of sparkle in that more matte shade. These 2, again, don't know why I bought these. I hate blue eyeshadow. I think I just wanted to like finish the collection because I bought all the other ones. And this is the last one. So I don't even think I've ever tried them. I've had them for like 2 years, like probably more than that. Like I've had them for years and I've never tried them. So I'm really hoping this year, like 2020, I can like experiment with them and see what they're like. Like they might be the best eyeshadows ever. I mean, probably not, but they might be. And I don't know because I've never tried them. So that's those. I have a couple of Lancome products. I didn't buy these, and I didn't get them as a gift. Well, I sort of did. I got them from somebody, I think it was my mom. I don't even remember exactly who it was. I want to say it was my mom, who just bought them for herself, used them, and then like got bored of them and didn't want them and was like, hey, do you want these? And I was like, do I? I didn't really. Like, so it's funny that I say that, but it's free eyeshadow, so I'm obviously going to take it. So this is like I don't know why I leave those foam applicators in there. I don't even use them. This is the Color Design palette, like quad, and it looks very blue on camera. It's more of like they're basically like mauves. Like they kind of match my shirt right now, and even on camera my shirt looks very blue, but it's actually a lot warmer than it looks. So I really like this. I might actually, next time I wear this shirt, I'm gonna do something with this. I didn't think about that beforehand, but now that I know, I think I will. And then I have this little duo, which is just like a matte brown and then kind of like a shimmery beige. So they're not exciting, they're boring, but like whatever. Like I'll try and make use of them, I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna say no. Okay. Next I have the original Naked palette, Urban Decay Naked palette. Everybody's seen this, so it's not that exciting. You know, the mirror does look like it's, well, it is cracked. I shouldn't say it looks like it's cracked. It definitely is cracked. But here's the thing. Here's why I kept it. Because I usually don't recommend keeping stuff once the mirror's broken, because like, what if a piece of glass falls in? Like, you don't want to put that on your eye. Like, imagine getting like a shard of glass in your eye. Like, that would be horrible. That'd be like a nightmare. But me being me, I never took off the plastic, you know, that comes on mirrors that you can like peel off or whatever, like to prevent like scratching. I never took that off. So there's actually, even though it's cracked, it's not gonna fall out because there's a sticker over it. Like it's like concealed. So not like I use the mirror anyway, but like it just protects the shadows from getting like the glass in it. So I felt like it was okay to keep. But I haven't used it a ton. I mean, I've used some shades, but Especially the one I've used the most, honestly, is this very, like, the lightest shade. But yeah, so I've got that. I have got another Sephora palette, Sephora collection or whatever. It's the Pearlescent palette for green eyes. Now, I know what you're thinking. Girl, do you own a mirror? You do not have green eyes. That is correct. I don't have green eyes. I have brown eyes. And they do have a palette like this for brown eyes. So why do I have the green eye one? I bought this actually, like, from another girl. I didn't buy it from the store. I bought it from another girl who used it. Just all she did was she bought it and then she swatched it and then she didn't want it. So she was selling it really cheap. Like, she sold it to me for like $10 or something. And I was like, hell yeah. And so I got it, and even though it's for green eyes, in particular this side works really well. Works really well on brown eyes. I don't really use the green shades all that much, but the other ones, like, they look totally fine on my eyes. So I don't think you need to have green eyes to use this. And as far as Sephora collection goes, like, generally they can be really hit and miss. Like, sometimes I have some Sephora palettes that I just hate, and I have some that, like, I really like, and this is one of the better ones, honestly. So I don't think it's still available, unfortunately. But if you do have one of these, like, let me know what you think, because I feel like it's one of the better formulas, like, in terms of Sephora collection stuff. Okay, I'll just really gloss over this because it was a sample, but I ordered some stuff from Coastal Scents, and they sent me this little quad of samples. So I just kept it because I was like, they're kind of cute. So that's in my collection technically as well. Okay, let me move on to another Sephora palette. This is another one, Sephora collection one, that I feel is worth the money. Like, this actually held up pretty well. It is the Primal Instincts palette. It's almost all shimmers. There's, like, these two are matte, and then this beige is matte as well, but everything in between is like a shimmer shade. So if you don't like shimmers, this is definitely not for you. But if you do, it actually is pretty good. There's a lot of kickback when you put your brush in the shades, but, like, in terms of, like, pigmentation and stuff, it's, like, one of the better ones for Sephora. Like, I really like this. Okay, next I have another Sephora palette, and I'm going to say this is not one of my favorite Sephora palettes. It is the Makeup Made Easy, or Makeup Made Simple, or something like that is the name of it. I'm pretty sure it was a limited edition, like, they don't still sell it. And it has these 4 compartments on the inside. This one used to have, like, a little empty palette in it, and basically what you can do with this is, sorry, the mirror is revealing how much of a slob I am. Okay. So basically what you can do with this is you can pop out the things, right? Like, each one pops out, and then you can put it in the empty palette that is no longer in this thing. And then you can have, like, a little travel palette or whatever. So, like, I get what they were going for, but, and some of the colors, like, they look okay, but they don't hold up very well. Like, they're not very pigmented. I'm just really not a fan of this palette. I never used it, like, the little one for traveling or anything, like, as much as it was a good idea. Like, I just didn't make use of that personally, and I didn't really like the formula. So that one's a no-go for me. I mean, I kept it, like I said, it didn't get decluttered, because I would like to try and use it up, but, like, it's not my favorite. And then, I think this is the last Sephora palette I have. I don't know. I think so. Maybe. And it is the Color My Life palette, and it's kind of looks like an iPad, like it's in like an iPad case with like one of those little elastics. And this is a better one. I like this one. As much as I don't really like rainbow palettes, this is one of the rainbow palettes I actually do like. So it's got a few different shades. This whole side is the like lip stuff, which I never use. I don't use panned lip stuff, as I said 100 times now. So it's still, the good thing about it though is it's covered with one of these like plastic things. So I've just left that on because I don't want it to gunk up all the other shadows, but I will probably never use those. And the lighting in here makes it look like this whole side is white. It's not. There are like different shades. Let me see if I can get it to focus in on the shades. It's so hard. This camera is just not doing it right now. Come on. Focus. It's not gonna, but it actually, it's a lot more colorful than it looks. Like My lighting right now, I'm just using the natural light from outside, and it's like blowing out everything. Like it's making everything look white, but it's not. It's a good palette. I like it. Okay, I lied. There's one more Sephora collection palette that I have, and it is this guy, and it's huge. I don't hate it, but like it's so big. Like it's so big that like who wants to like grab this to work with? Like I liked it because it came with all these colorful eyeliners, which is kind of cool. And like it again, it's kind of like a rainbow palette. Again, it looks like that whole side is white, and it's not white. It's, if I can get it closer, you can kind of see it's not white. There's colors on the end there. But it is kind of like basically a rainbow palette with some neutrals at the bottom. It's okay. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. All right, next I have, so I'm finally done with all my Sephora collection stuff. So I have, this is my oldest palette in my collection, and honestly, I don't even know if I should be using it anymore because I've had this legit since high school. This was my go-to palette in high school. It's probably expired, but like, what's gonna happen? Like, I don't know, I might just continue. Like it smells like nothing. Like I don't smell anything, so I feel like it would smell bad if it was, I don't know. I'm revealing how gross I am for still using this, but as you can see, I've hit pan on 3 shades, and one of them is completely empty. So it is the Naked Eye palette from Too Faced. I don't even think they still make this. It's in like the cardboard packaging. It's similar to like the Natural Eye is the one that they have right now currently. That's like very similar, but it's not exactly the same. The shades are not exactly the same. So it's got the top, I'm holding it upside down, but the top row is like basically mattes, and then I just really, that lap dance shade that's like totally empty was like my jam in high school. Like I wore that every single day. And this was back when I thought that like to do the dark on the outside corner, I didn't really understand that you could use a different color for that. So I would just take the same shade, like I would take like that shade Lap Dance really lightly on like the inside part, and then I would just build it up and build it up and build it up on the outside corner to get that dark outside corner. But I just thought that's how you did it. I didn't know you could go in with a different color. Like it never occurred to me. I just thought, oh, you just pack more on. So that also contributed to how I like ended up hitting pan like to the point where it's empty. But anyway, I would like to like hit pan on the rest of these colors so that I can kind of justify throwing this away because it's so old. It's so old. Okay, next I have my Coastal Scents singles. So I'm not going to pull them out and like look at the names on all of them, but I just have a few like singles in this compact. I'll just show you quickly the shades. The compacts though, I bought at e.l.f. and it just happened to fit the same size of pan as the Coastal Scents ones, but the compact itself is not magnetic, so if I tilt it too far, they're all going to fall out. So not impressed, e.l.f., with your little Z palette knockoffs that aren't even magnetic. Like, how do you make that and not make it magnetic? It even looks like it should be. Like, there's metal in the bottom, but it's not magnetic. Not at all. So those are those Coastal Scents shades. All right, I'm almost done, you guys. I'm almost done. I've got 3 more palettes to show you, and they're probably 4 more to show you, and they're probably my favorite palettes in my collection. So start with the oldest, the Too Faced Chocolate Bar. Everyone's seen this, so I can kind of gloss over it pretty quickly. That's what it looks like on the inside. One of my favorite palettes. It's just a neutral palette. Everyone has it. It's kind of standard. Then I have this Too Faced Semi-Sweet. It's also one of my favorites. I've really dug into that one shade Nougat, I think it's called, or something. You can see there's a big dip up there, but anyway, that's that. This is from the Too Faced Holiday Collection from a couple of years back. It was the Le Grand Palace or something it was called. It came in a big box. This is just the eyeshadow palette I popped out of it. Because it does come out separate. It's like the cardboard packaging. It's cute, like it's cute packaging. And I love the colors on the inside. I love the packaging on the inside. I love that the colors are like outlined in gold. Like I think that looks so adorable. And the colors are just like totally me. Like, they're mostly shimmers, and I love to wear shimmers. But there are some mattes in there, and I like the blushes. I like, you know, I really, really like it. I'm really excited to use it more. This was a gift from my husband a couple of years ago, and he was like spot on when he got this. Like, I love it. I probably told him that I wanted it, so, but let's pretend like he had the idea. Maybe he did. I don't really remember. And then the last one I have to show you, I can also gloss over because everybody has this, but it is the newest addition into my collection, which is obviously the Conspiracy palette, Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star collaboration. I'll just open it up for you. And the one thing that did surprise me about this palette when I got it is the actual pans in there are bigger than I thought they would be. Like, I thought this palette, honestly, when I saw it in pictures and stuff, I was like, oh yeah, it's like thicker than like the chocolate bar palette, but it's about like the same dimensions. But let me show you how much bigger it is. I mean, maybe I've never bought from Jeffree Star before, so maybe this is just his standard size, but I had no idea what to expect, and I was like, oh, I bet it's like basically a chocolate bar palette, but like raised and like more bulky, right? It's way bigger. It's way, way bigger. Let me hold them on the same sort of like, look how much bigger it is. Look how much bigger it is. And like the actual pan sizes, I was like, oh, they're square, but like they're basically gonna be like the size of the little pans in the chocolate bar, except square. But they're bigger. Like, they're way, 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 way bigger. They're like double the size. They're almost double the size. So that was kind of like a nice little surprise when I got that Conspiracy palette. I was like, oh, there's so much more product than I thought there would be. So that's kind of cool. So that is it. That is my eyeshadow, my complete eyeshadow collection. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know my camera sucks and it's really not doing justice to the shades and everything, but hopefully, you know, one of my favorite things about watching these type of videos is seeing some of the older palettes that people, I know like most people watch it for like the new releases, but I actually like seeing the older palettes because I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that was there. Like, because a lot of times makeup just like it's usually limited edition and it comes in and out, and then you see a palette and you're like, I've never seen that before. Like, when was that? You know, like, what was that? And how did I not get that? How did I miss out on that? So as much as it sucks that a lot of my makeup is discontinued at this point and you can't get it, it's still kind of cool just to see like where things were a few, like, you know, years ago and where it is now. A lot of the stuff you can still get, like both the chocolate bar palettes that I have are permanent collections, so you can still get those, but like I like looking back on like the holiday sets and stuff that they usually only have limited time and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye bye.